Listen,
happy
dude,
with.
I'm done with it.
Dude, you've been done.
I'm still here.
For what? We'll see. Why? Because you just want to be a asshole.
You're right.
Then why the would you be in this competition,
I'm here.
bone face?
Why do you look 50 and you're 24?
What? What did you say? Go yourself.
Would you rather have the brand new PS5 or a weekend with these three lovely ladies and you do anything you want with them?
Wait, anything with them?
Like anything.
A whole weekend?
A whole weekend.
Damn, but the PS5 though, like it just dropped.
I know.
Ah, damn, y'all beautiful though, but
Hold on, what'd you say?
PS5 or us?
Oh,
bro, y'all beautiful, but I had a PlayStation 4 for 4 years, but I need a PS5.
Oh, God. My nigga.
That all up in me at one time. Don't try to make me take all that dick at one time.
Slow and easy.
He said, don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. I would not rush all this dick up in you at one time. I'm going to take it easy on you. She said, okay, I think I can take it. So he laid down. The nigga rushed all that dick up in her.
Jammed it into there.
Jammed and round.
Like Jam City.
All kind of dick up in that girl at one time.
Dang.
And took her breath some more.
A win is a win. A win is a win. I don't care what y'all say. A win is a win.
Thanks for all your help. Bye-bye, Tanja. Bye-bye.
I want to do it the right way and learn some of the unwritten rules.
That's why I was talking about the seminar, so that we can get players to come down there and bring their grievance, their problem, how to catch a hooker, what you do to be a boss player, what do I say to my wife when I decided that I wanted to be a true player and walk out on the family. We need a seminar so we can teach these guys to give them the right understanding so they'll know, man.
In here thinking about how I went to singles night at church and it was hundreds. I mean, at least 1,000. First I thought it was 500, but the pastor said it was 1,000 singles in attendance. Like, are we all living the same life at this point? Because I've never been in a room with that many single people or even thought that it was even, I thought I was like the only one left. I mean, beautiful women. All types, shapes, and sizes. Literally African-American women. Like, a room full of singles. And I'm like, this has to be an experiment. Like, this.
Emotional damage.
Atlanta are very difficult to deal with because their expectations are astronomical.
I've said it time and time again, if you're looking for a wife, Atlanta's not the place. Atlanta's the place if you're looking for some fun. Atlanta's the place where you're looking for some vibes. Atlanta's the place if you're trying to trick. But if you're looking for a wife, someone to protect and provide for, someone that you can build a family with, I might say go down to Macon or Savannah or one of the smaller cities. A lot of women here have a dilated sense of reality where they feel that millionaire men are everywhere and they have access to these men for relationships and not just sex. So what you get is a lot of transactional women because of the fact that the rappers and the ball players and the podcasters and the scammers, you know, there's guys that's 25 years old driving Ferraris around this motherfucker. So women have a diluted sense, and it's like, well, it's niggas outside. And, you know, being put up in a house, being protected and provided for may seem boring to them. So Atlanta, it wouldn't be my first pick on finding a wife just because of the mentalities. And then you get the women that are independent and doing their thing, and then they're just uncoachable because they think that they a nigga, and they don't have time because they're so focused on their careers or their hustles or their whatever the fuck they be doing. I don't get it. I've never seen so many broke, busy people ever in my life. I'm like, okay, if you're always busy, where the millions at? I don't get it here nor there. Yeah, I get with T.I. on this one. That may not be somebody that you want to take home to mama. That ugly money. At this point, I'm starting to think some of y'all just like to be broke. At this point, I'm thinking that y'all love to go to this job that you hate. $20,000 monthly. My content course is only $20 to teach you exactly what I did to make this. $20, $20,000 a month. $20, $20,000 a month. It's not rocket science. Everybody has that. Kids have $20. DM # content or just comment content below. Right here. Just comment content on this video and I'm going to send you the exact course. Now, if you want more personalized information, we can get on the line directly. But the course is just $20 to make $20,000. Quit that job, click this link, and let's get rich. The ugly money. He ain't lying.
Making lazy torch salmon nigiri. I just bought some salmon nigiri from the store and then added some teriyaki sauce on top and torched it. This is life-changing for me because I have a hard time finding this at restaurants and it takes less than 5 minutes to make. Today we're making lazy torch salmon nigiri. I just bought some salmon nigiri from the store and then added some teriyaki sauce on top and torched it. This is life-changing for me because I have a hard time finding this at restaurants and it takes less than 5 minutes to make.
So I was talking to myself the whole time. Good. What's up? Yo. What's up, y'all? It's Cali West. I do thank y'all for tuning in on this Wednesday night for another episode. It is Hump Day. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling this shit. So, yo, we got a few cats up in here. I'm surprised because I know that, somebody else is on, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Coach Greg Adams, you know what I'm saying? If I wasn't doing my own show, I'll be watching him right now. But, yo, we got Love Yours First, right? But I'm sure I'll check in because I know he's going to go in for a while. But anyway, let's get back to the shit that's going on here. Kevin Hodges comes through. He says, yeah, I'm in, just loading. I appreciate it. So he said, it's just loading. Yeah, sorry for the delay. XL Pro comes through. He says, like, share, and subscribe. Cash App, $ Cali West 1. And he says, also hit me up on X.com, formerly known as Twitter, under Cali West Miami. I appreciate you, my G. Then, of course, let's see here. We got XL Pro says, Jam and Ram University. You already know, boy.
Jam and Ram.
Like Jam City.
Now, Kevin Hodges says how she said jammed and rammed. Yeah. Hey, that's classic, bruh.
That all up in me at one time. Don't try to make me take all that dick at one time.
Slow and easy.
He said, don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. I would not rush all this dick up in you at one time. I'm going to take it easy on you. She said, okay, I think I can take it. So he laid down. The nigga rushed all that dick up in her.
Jammed it into there.
Jammed and round.
Like Jam City.
All kind of dick up in that girl at one time.
Dang.
And took her breath some more.
Oh man, computer 2 is not even on. Jeez. Anyway, that's on the production side. I shouldn't even be talking about that. But yo, Kevin Hodges says, yeah, I've heard a lot about Atlanta and I'm not interested. The rise of STDs down there is at an all-time high. Sheesh.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
My boy, Mr. And then we got Mr. 070 coming through. He was trying to let me know that I was muted, so I appreciate that. Salute to Free Asian Lifestyle, my bro. Kevin Hodges says, for a minute, I thought she was eating raw meat. Yeah, it might be a little salmonelli, but she did have a twist to it. Still might be a little salmonelli, though. Like, I don't know. But, hey, there was one thing that I wouldn't mind eating on that screen. I ain't gonna lie. Shit, I don't know about eating it, but I'll definitely pay, give her a few 20s. But I don't know. No cap. She could probably want a little bit more than a couple 20s, though. For real, bro. I don't know. I don't know, man. Still look a little salmonelli, though. Now, Kevin Hodges says, bet you're in the game. I can hear you. I appreciate you, my G. Mr. 070 says, forget about all that. Go back to them Tiggo biddies. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, though, y'all. She's a new favorite, bruh. I'm telling you, she's about to take Cooking with Kaya's spot, bruh. Yo, Cooking with Kaya ain't got shit on her. A bumper clot, boy. Yeah, she a hottie with a body. You know what I'm saying? I know them titties ain't real, but hey, nobody's perfect, bro. Nobody's perfect. I know what y'all thinking.
I'd buy that for $1.
Mr. O says, cooking with who? Right. The Kevin Hodges says, damn, look at all that jelly. Cause jam don't move like that.
He ain't lying.
All right, y'all. So with that being said, now that I got everybody shaking up, you know what I'm saying? We got the we got people in the chat. The righteous fear is real. So I gotta give it up to y'all boys, man, for real. Because so far, y'all the only ones tuning in right now. But I'll check my analytics in a minute. But hey, I ain't gonna lie. Be this. If it wasn't for y'all boys, the replay wouldn't be shit. So they're gonna enjoy themselves, bro. J Cash, the money man, 5870 says, what it do, Cali? What it do, bro? He says, been a minute. Hey, I appreciate all, you know what I'm saying, the subscribers and anybody's tuning in, whether it's the last minute. Hey, welcome back. I appreciate everybody, man. For real, yo. Thank you for coming in, G.
I want to do it the right way and learn some of the unwritten rules.
That's why I was talking about the seminar, so that we can get players to come down there and bring their grievance, their problem, how to catch a hooker, what you do to be a boss player, what do I say to my wife when I decided that I wanted to be a true player and walk out on the family. We need a seminar so we can teach these guys to give them the right understanding so they'll know, man.
Yeah. So welcome back. Yeah, man. So let's get started with this. So I don't know if y'all, and it's crazy because I'm surprised other content creators, especially in the RP space, haven't been talking about this whole little Lennox and Lennox or whatever, and this whole Melissa Ford regret choosing toxic love over good men, because these two women totally, they totally bring home a lot of the real life talking points that people in, saying the righteous sphere or the red pill community talk about. At this point, this is not even a red pill topic anymore. At this point, this is a mainstream topic, which is really crazy. You feel me? It's a mainstream topic at this point. At this point, see, that's the thing, and that's kind of why it's kind of messed up, because a lot of people are red pill, like me, Coach Rick Adams, and other cats, even people who are in this chat. We might get shadow banned because we might speak the truth, but what's crazy is the truth is actually mainstream. But for some reason, they still have us in the, I don't know, I guess they put us in the basement of the YouTube and just forgot that we were down here. But like, we're literally watching other people come out with these contents, like people who don't even have relationship experience. You feel me? I'm not saying that, oh, I'm the relationship guru or anything like that, or I wouldn't even profess to claim that I'm, saying that, OG RP. But shit, at 46 years old, I have had a few bumps on my head to know, what to avoid, or at least to have the conversation, right? Mr. O says, I'm going to cover it later myself. You should, man. And you know what? I'm actually glad when people say that, because, see, if I talk about it and then another content creator talks about it, that only makes my video more viewable. Because even if the other person has a video and let's just say they get more viewers, I will still get views, because now it's starting to kind of starting to boost the algorithm about the topic. So yeah, for sure. Now, with that being said, let's get to the show. Let's talk about Melissa Ford. I think that'll be the easiest one, right? Game was talking about, Melissa Ford can afford a Honda Accord. Basically, what he was basically saying is that she basically had to just do what it had to do to make ends meet, right? Now, we see Melissa Ford, now she's like on podcast. She's, saying her little things now, but she gets brutally honest about her current situation, and just basically about her past, and basically now how she's an Owen. Salute to CGA. Owen. You know what I'm saying? After all them relationships, after all them videos, after all them dudes dating Drake and all that, she still ended up single, and now she's living with regrets. And we're going to play the video, because you don't have to take my word for it. Take it from the horse's mouth. Here we go.
A financially stable partner is the best bet. Do you feel a sense of disillusionment from it? Or what would you say in response to people who look at that and say, oh, I aspire to that?
I don't know if I've really had an intimate relationship with a man in my entire life.
I dated men of means, so I started flying by PJ and staying in, wonderful hotels and incredible suites and traveling the world. And it just rings so hollow, because then you'll see those same guys do that for other girls, kind of thing, It's just men's with means. That's nothing.
I've spoken to women before who have a partner who has lots of means, and it contributes, may not be the only reason, but it definitely contributes to their feeling of appreciation to be in the relationship.
And don't let me say that being like all rich men are pieces of shit. That is definitely not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
However, I've dated enough of them
that there is a consistency. I call it rich man syndrome. And you know what rich man syndrome looks like?
What?
Somebody got to get that. Fame is a vapor, popularity is an accident, riches take wings. The only thing to endure is character.
Who are these niggas? I cried laughing when I read it. You know what I'm saying? like, we need to stay away from these niggas.
This is a sick Negro.
Yeah. We done heard it all before. They tend to always reflect on the past after they do something wrong, or not even so much wrong, when they don't get the outcome that they want. But best believe, when she was on the yachts, when she was drinking up the liquor, when she was smoking up the drink, smoking up the dank, you know what I'm saying? When she was enjoying the pink Tusi and all that, you feel me? And regular dudes are trying to holler at her, or, probably not even regular dudes. These dudes are probably, I'm quite sure that she probably had attorneys, maybe doctors trying to holler at her. But guess what? She was attracted to the fast life, the fast money, you know what I'm saying? And basically the fame, like basically there was probably dudes who probably had money who could afford her, but just because they didn't have the fame or the perceived, fame, all of a sudden, she ignored those guys. You feel me? That's all it is, just living with it. All she's doing is just living in regret, like most of them do. And it's not our job to wait for them to fall on their face and then laugh, hee, ha, ha. This is just a learning lesson that way, because, a lot of us are still dating. Some of us run across these same type of chicks who's 40 plus on, there's chicks who's like, 40 plus and they're like still, on dating apps. And these are the same chicks who, they want to be serious about, they're looking for a relationship type stuff. You feel me? And all that stuff. After, like, here's another too. A lot of y'all guys party with some of these chicks. So y'all know these chicks are freaks. You feel me? These girls are freaks of natures. But now they want you to go and take them seriously.
He ain't lying.
Now, it's just your job to deal with them accordingly. I have to be honest with you. No chick who's 40 plus could ask me for a relationship. If she, look, the only way she could ask me for a relationship, because here's the thing, I have dated chicks who were 40 plus. But guess what? All them chicks who are 40 plus, they knew damn well that even if I was kind of fucking with them like that, they knew I was having other females. To be honest with you, even when I'm 30s, when I was dealing with chicks who was like 40 plus, they knew I had other females, bro. Like, I'm not gonna, like, there's no way I'm gonna give a chick who's lived practically most of her life without a relationship or without a solid relationship and give her one. You got me fucked up. Excuse my language.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Mr. 070 says, it's my job, Cali West. And then he says, I'm here for them to fall on their face.
Emotional damage.
Hey, you know what? Do this. Hey, all to it. You feel me? Sometimes the best way to make somebody feel bad is just to keep the facts. You feel me? But like, hey, like I said, I'm not saying that, I'm sure there's guys who kind of get some type of joy out of it. But to me, I would not get happy off of these, I mean, it's kind of more of a cautionary tale. It's not so much, I told you so. At this point, it's not even up for discussion. Any chick who's like, I'm sorry, like I said, any chick who's not a widow and she's 40 plus, you know what I'm saying? All you're gonna get is D, man. All you're gonna get is hard dick. That's all you're getting. You feel me? Any relationship that you do have, or any relationship that you're lucky or fortunate enough to get, is gonna be probably a open relationship on a man's end. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be real with you. I'll be damned if I'm gonna be sharing some 40-year-old chick. What's the point of sharing a 40-year-old chick? Just be alone. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just hang out every now and then. But best believe if I was even to entertain a relationship with a 40-year-old chick, she better at least act like she faithful. I'm just saying though.
This is a sick Negro.
For real, man. Because at this point, you know, this just so you just know, like I said, how to just navigate dealing with them. And this, you know, this goes for the younger chicks too. You dealing with a younger chick, they always, you know, the young chicks always move differently. Like, for example, I came on bringing back the 25-year-old chick that I was just dealing with just a few months ago. And what's crazy is just that, like, you know, the way she moved, you know, she moved like a chick who don't want a relationship. But guess what? Any chick I talked to was like 35 plus, 40. They all ready to lock it down. They're looking for like love. They're looking for like commitment and, you know, all that stuff. And I'm not gonna knock any woman, whether she's 40 plus looking for provision and protection. But it's my job to tell my guys to avoid that. If you're gonna have to provide and protect for a chick, you might as well go do that for a younger chick. And guess what? If you can't afford it, get your money up, bro. Get your money up.
I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke.
I ain't telling y'all nothing that I wouldn't apply to myself. Like I keep on telling y'all boys, I'm not even really ready for a relationship at this point in time because, like I said, the woman I want, I can't even afford right now.
He ain't lying.
Shout out to Coach Rick Adams. He always says, you know, she's not out of your league, she's out of your price range. And that's a fact, bro. And that's a fact.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Mr. O says, I do. It makes my heart sing. And I do ridicule them 304s. Hey, look, and guess what? Hey, and look, I ain't knocking it. Hey, be this. You know, hey, whatever, hey, be this. Whatever makes people happy, you know. I mean, to a degree. Me personally, I just kind of feel like I just feel that it doesn't, you know, it doesn't do anything for me per se to be happy about it. You feel me? You know, I just know that I'm not going to be the one saving them. So, you know, hey, I just kind of believe I ideally in a perfect world. And here's the thing, I don't even care whether the younger girls take heed. The young girls should take heed. They can take heed if they want to. But guess what? More than likely, these chicks are going to follow their aunties and their mamas say and end up in the same situation. Kevin Hodges says, yeah, relationships have become a huge no-go for me. I mean, look, I don't know how old you are, Kevin Hodges, but yo, you seem like a younger cat. Like you might be like maybe 30s, maybe if that. You feel me? And look, at this point, might as well just stack your paper, live your life. Look, I would never tell guys to go complete monk mode. Hey, monk mode might help. You know, taking off some time from dating. Shit, maybe even taking some time off of sex for a couple of months. But I would never tell dudes really. I don't really promote, you know, the old abstinence or, you know, what I'm saying, or what's that, semen retention and all that shit. Hey, if you go get some, you go get some. If the girl take, you know, saying she's willing to take the 40 or the 60 or the $100, hey, do what you gotta do. But at the same time, sometimes it's not even the best thing to focus on. The best thing to focus is on yourself. He says, Kevin Hodges says, I'm 32. Bruh, if I could have a time machine, yo, 32, bro. That's good, man. Shit, I'm 46. I still remember 30, like I was 32, like it was yesterday. And best believe I fucked that time off. I ain't gonna lie. I was fucking a lot of hoes when I was 32. You feel me? A lot of time wasted. And I ain't gonna lie, some of them were some hotties. I would say maybe a handful of them were probably, I would say maybe kind of like on 8 to 9 to 10 level, or at least I was maybe not 10. Well, maybe there was one who was like a 10 or at least a 9 that looked like a dime. But yo, I've been looking back at some of these pictures, and I'm not saying that none of them weren't sexy, because most of them were sexy. But these chicks are not even really chicks that I even want to even take serious now. I just ended up realizing a lot of them were just a waste of time, and there's a lot of wasted time and energy and Time I could have been working on myself, working on my crafts and stuff like that I wasted with them hoes. You know what I'm saying? When if I was 32, if I knew what I knew now, then I would probably just work 60 hours a week, start trying to invest my money somehow into something, or somehow try to see if how I could get residual income or put it back into a new craft or a new skill, something that'll make me some more money. And when I get the money, females will even be a problem, because this is why I'm gonna make sure that they're taken care of, and I'm gonna make sure I get every chick that I point at. You feel me? If I could relive it, you know what I'm saying? But hey, the way I look at it is, hey, the way I look at it is that at least I was able to wake up now, whether I was I think I first thought about RP, maybe about less than 10 years ago, more or less. So, but one thing that's easy to get into but hard to get out is trouble.
Oh. Who are these niggas? I cried laughing when I read it. You know what I'm saying? like, we need to stay away from these niggas.
I meant to put.
He ain't lying.
Yeah, man. For real. Now, like I said, that's why you can hear what these chicks say, and I guess some people want to get happiness, or they get a comic relief out of it. But maybe some of y'all have daughters, nieces, nephews, and stuff like that, and you can point them in the right direction. Why the getting is good. You dig? Because I believe this could be a learning lesson for women as well. Now, Cash the Money Man 5870 says, just a second job so I can start stacking more bread and investing in myself in financial market. Just gotta get some fake from the smoke shop, and I'm locked in. LOL. Hey, facts. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, nothing wrong with that at all. Like, you say, shit, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You feel me? Hey, I'm gonna just tell y'all something too. It's crazy too. I know y'all see me, I might enjoy my smoking and stuff like that, but what I've been doing lately? I've been actually cutting back a little bit, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I've been smoking big trees for a while. I would say after high school, but I can honestly say that I've been cutting back like lately. Probably, I'll say in the last, not even that, I ain't gonna act like, I just, just so dedicated, and I just stopped, I just cut back like, I'm just a man. I could say I probably cut back probably in the last few days, I would say maybe the last 3-4 days. I just been like, I still smoking. Like, for example, I'm not gonna say that I probably won't smoke probably doing the show, because to be honest with you, I didn't really smoke all day. I mean, I smoked earlier today, but this is like my my nighttime shit that I'm smoking right now. And I can honestly say, man, I've been cutting back a little bit, bro. I've been cutting back. You know what I'm saying? And look, and ideally is the, I'm not saying I don't enjoy it, and I'm not gonna knock it, but ideally, if it's up to me, I'll be fine with not even smoking at all for the rest of my life. I'm not saying I wouldn't smoke on vacation, or I wouldn't, be at a girl's house and probably hit her, hurt her blunt. But I feel like at this point in my life, I done smoked so much that I could probably just I don't even need to smoke. You feel me? And hey, nothing's wrong with taking 3 months off. Make sure you're, make sure you don't really smoke at all. And then, here's the thing. Honestly, whether you choose to smoke or not, I ain't trying to preach here. Long story short is not, even if you do stop smoking today and stop smoking for a couple months and decide to change your job, I would suggest to anybody who wants it. And this, now I know why I'm saying this story, because you brought up the fake pee part. I'm not telling you to go do that, but that will probably be better off than you trying to use your own pee, because it stays in your system, especially if you're smoking a lot. It stays in your system for about a good 2 to 3 months, man. Even if you stop and don't smoke at all, like, because one time, y'all, I applied for some little job, and actually I applied for 2 jobs. It was my last current job, and it was another job because I was trying to do the same thing you're doing, 2 jobs, stack my bread and, vest, right? But what had happened with the second job is my main job, I used, the fake pee or whatever, right? But then for the side job, I was like, man, I ain't smoking like 2 months, you know what I'm saying? So I was actually even proud to go take the test and use my own pee because I was like, man, I ain't smoked in 2 months. Do you know they had some bad news for me a few days later? And that's dope. Kevin Hodges says, I used to smoke bud, but I'm not going to shit on anybody. Yeah, I don't never shit on anybody. But yo, I had to be honest with you. If it was up to me, I would be, what's that word? What's that? Weekend smoker, midnight toker, or something like that. I don't know if that's the same, but I would like to really like cut it down to like maybe weekends, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm going down to Key West. This is gonna do go to Key West sober. Okay, you know what I'm saying? We're going to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna grab a bunch of condoms, we're gonna go to Atlanta. You ain't gonna go to Atlanta sober. But to really kick back, I'm really not saying this to you, Cash the Man. I'm really kind of talking to myself because that's something that I actually do want to kind of curb a little bit. Not because it's necessarily anything bad. I'm in good health and stuff like that. But I just kind of feel like, hey, like, do I have to be below like that? You feel me? Like I said, this is kind of more of a reflection on me because this is a fellowship. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Y'all might subscribe to me, but everybody who watches me, it is a fellowship. We could all, talk about stuff like this. You feel me? But back to the original discussion at hand, because y'all didn't come here to hear me talk about me smoking and stuff like that. Y'all came here to hear me talk this shit and talk about this Lennox chick. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing her last name right, but that's how it looks like to me in Lennox, like the Jamaican dude from Belly. Now, with that being said, yeah, let's talk about this Lennox chick because this is the same one who made a big deal about colorism. Remember that a couple years ago, she said that Martin shouldn't have, Martin, the show was negative to dark skinned girls because Martin was always ragging on and bagging on Pam and all that. But Lennox, she's just a chaos goblin, bro. But anyway, with that being said, she's the same one who said that she was attracted to Bad Bunny. And y'all know Bad Bunny is.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Oh! Who are these niggas? I cried laughing when I read. You know what I'm saying? like, we need to stay away from these niggas.
See this Lennox interview and what she had to say. Because here's the thing, and I'll give this disclaimer before I even start this video. The only reason why they're talking about this right now is because now, see, at one point in time, especially in the Black community, women, say black don't crack, and you get the man that you want once you get your career. The feminist Kool-Aid was, black women were overdosing on the feminist Kool-Aid in the hood. That's why they believe that they could do whatever they want. And then you always kind of wonder, like, how do these? Because sometimes you see some chicks who's like 45, even 50 plus, and they're looking kind of damn good. You looking at them like, damn, girl, you looking kind of good. Like, you might be some old chick. You might be a little soggy, but damn, you looking really good put together. And you wonder why these chicks are so good looking, but then they're they may be mature and very good looking and maybe even a little bit youthful, but they're a little older, and you kind of wonder why they're not in a relationship. That's because they rode at their time too far. And now they're at a point of no return because, a lot of these chicks, even if they wasn't settled for a man, they're not going to be happy anyway. Sometimes they found a that's you, or they found a good man. But guess what? They ran that man off because guess what? Their past demons are still haunting them.
think I have a thing for toxic energy. So I think there's still some more healing that I need to do, because when I look back on all of these energies, it's a shame I gave them so much time and there were sweet energies that I didn't.
Yeah.
And so now I see those sweet energies getting married and starting families. I'm just like, dang, that probably could have been me if I recognized the security in those individuals at the time. And like now I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely feeling that now. I'm aware that there's something going on. There's something wrong.
What do you think it is that attracts you to like toxic energy?
I think they just seem really exciting at first. The chemistry is incredible. And they don't even always be fine. It's not even that like they're sexy or something. I mean, well, they're sexy, but they don't be the finest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's just an energy. Sometimes it's convenience, what we talk about. A lot of the sweeter energies that I felt like weren't for me. I felt I could see myself falling asleep a little bit on the phone. So I don't know if that's like, if boring is good or not. Like, I'm trying to figure out what that means. Like,
it's the thrill.
Yeah.
It's the thrill of it.
Yeah.
What's
absolutely.
your
sign? I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Yeah. You know exactly what you wanted. And look, hey, there's a certain part of it, there's certain excitement that comes with a dangerous man. Cause shit, let's be honest with you, fellas. Most chicks that we're turned on to or attracted to, or even think that we think is sexy, they're usually risque females, bruh. Y'all know it damn well y'all ain't checking for the bookworm baby. You know what I'm saying? I mean, here's the thing. There's always somebody who's checking for the bookworm baby, but most of y'all are not checking for that bookworm baby. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes y'all want the girl that y'all think that is, you know what I'm saying, that's out your grasp, you know? But all she is just a scallywag. You know, and like I said, she's only saying that now because things ain't working out. You feel me? Things ain't working out. Let's see here. I think Ari Lennox, if I'm not mistaken, she just had a boyfriend that she broke up with. And I don't know. Let's see here. I don't know. She gives me the vibe and the energy that she's very, very masculine. Am I wrong, y'all? Kevin Hunter said that's an occasional smoker, meaning you smoke on special occasions. That's how I was before I quit. See? Hey, that's what's up, bro. See? That's that motivation right there.
My nigga.
Mr. O says it's pronounced Lennox. You know what's crazy? Because I think there's a street in LA called Lennox now. I'm thinking about it. But what's crazy is that it's Lennox. You know what? Let me just see because I have heard it pronounced that way, right? But that's not how it's spelled, which is really kind of funny, right? I kind of wonder if that's just how black people say it, because I don't think I've ever heard white people say Lennox. Let me see something. Hey, check this out. This is interesting. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Oh, this is interesting. Hold up. I need to show this to y'all. Just so, you know what I'm saying? Look, this is a learning lesson. Just to see something. Look.
from Scottish and name pronunciation, English pronunciation, Lennox from Scottish and Gaelic origins, meaning with many elm trees. Lennox.
Now I was gonna say the English definition in a minute.
Name
or
pronunciation.
The English pronunciation.
English pronunciation. Lennox from Scottish and Gaelic origins, meaning with many elm trees. Lennox. Name pronunciation. English pronunciation.
I'm telling you.
Lennox from Scottish.
I'm telling you.
and
Black people be making up their own pronunciations of shit, bruh. Because she might go by Lennox or Lennox, right? But that's because black people, let's just be real, man. Black people from the hood don't always pronounce shit the how it's supposed to be. It's not Lennox, it's Lennox. She might pronounce it Lennox because she might think it sounds better that way, but it's Lennox. You feel me? See how we, you know what I'm saying? We learn here on the Cali West Miami show. You feel me? We learn here, you dig? We learn here. Yo, like, hey, beat this. You know, but hey, like I said, that's a lesson for us both. Well, mainly for you, but like I said, I know it's Lennox, I know it's Lennox because that's how you pronounce that word or that name, Lennox. If she go by Lennox, you know, that's because, you know, black people be always saying shit all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm going to say it how it's supposed to be said. You know, what can I say? A matter of fact, let's see how the Breakfast Club pronounce her name. They probably call her Lennox too.
She is problematic. And that was a very problematic take.
I don't think you should be able to call nobody problematic.
Yo, shut up. I'm just saying, like,
I'm just saying.
Because, yo, I grew up brown skin, you know, chocolate girl as well. Yes, we all saw Pam beautiful, like she was beautiful, but the jokes went back and forth. It's not like Martin just winning on her ass
Pam
all
used
the
to
time.
get with
Pam
Martin.
used to like kill him.
His jokes. Yeah, now you know I like me some Ari, but you know this is just silly.
Absolutely.
Okay? Like Ari said she not woke. This is a pretty woke take. Like you need to take a little nap. Okay.
Or maybe
like,
she is. Pam used to like kill him.
His jokes. Yeah, now you know I like me some Ari, but you know this is just silly. Okay. Like Ari said she not woke. This is a pretty woke take. Like you need to take a little nap. Okay.
Or maybe she is asleep.
Because to your point, they used to all joke on each other, and she said something, and then she said something like, "I wasn't able to get the full greatness of Pam." That was part of the greatness. Martin would snap on her, and then Pam jokes would be just as good.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then a lot of that sounds like projection. You know what I mean? That's why I said there's other shows she could have watched where she would have.
Uh-oh.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Never in a million years would I would think that I would agree with Jess Hilarious, bro. Never in a million years would I ever think that I would applaud her for something that she actually said. Like I said, man, that Ari Lennox chick, all she do is run around town, complaining, crying. She always got something to say. Like, I can't name not one song I heard about from her. Like I said, I'm sure that she has some songs, but you know what I'm saying? Not to the point that I even remember her on the radio. I can't name one song that she sung. I can at least name at least 2 Sexy Red songs, and I don't like Sexy Red. But at least I know who the fuck Sexy Red is. Ari Lennox, I only know about her through controversy. I didn't look. If y'all never told me about Ari Lennox and these controversies, I wouldn't know nothing about this chick, bruh. Now, Mr. O says, I'll tear a lining out of Just Hilarious on funny ass. You know what's funny? y'all gonna, yo, she's kind of odd looking, but she's not unattractive. And yo, what you don't see on what you don't see on the screen is that she got an amazing body, bro. Like, no doubt. And even though she was a baby mama, she got a tight body, bro. Tight body. Tight. Hey, yo. I ain't gonna lie, she got a banging body. Oh, so much so, Drake was tricking on her. Y'all remember that? Hey, Drake was tricking on her.
I'd buy that for $1.
Like I said, I ain't gonna be losing on any sleep for her, but I have seen some pictures of her. I was kind of like, okay. And Mrs. O says, yes, she does. Yeah, no lie, man. She got a banging body, bro. Like, banging body, y'all. No cap. But, not saying her body's everything, because there's a lot of chicks walking around here with body. But like I said, I could definitely see, why Drake just went ahead and had fun with her. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. You dig? The only thing is, she's just a loudmouth. Like, you do it to her, everybody gonna know. So, yeah. But, Drake probably don't care. But hey, it beats paying $20 million, right? Now, yeah, man. But this Ari Lennox chick, or Lennox, or whatever the fuck she want to go by. As a matter of fact, I noticed that they wasn't even saying her last name. They probably got a problem saying her last name too. But she looked like she's trouble.
Stripper rapper. So I don't know what the hell you talking about. And ain't nothing wrong with a stripper who wants to try new things. I was this close to popping that pussy on the goddamn pole. But then God said, no, bitch, you cannot dance. And no one will pay to see you drop it. No one will see you. No one will pay to see you bust it or pop it. So I decided not to do that. But I would have, because I was hungry for that money. I was hungry for that. I was hungry at the idea of potentially having a sugar daddy, but I was too scared. I was too scared of the white man getting too close and potentially what he would do once he found out I was not going to let him have this pussy. I was very scared of entering those lifestyles. So I commend the people who actually were brave enough to do that, to do different things in that realm of work.
Emotional damage. This is a sick Negro. Nasty bitch.
Something wrong with that broad, yo. Something is wrong with that. Something wrong with that chick, yo. Something wrong with that chick, bro. No wonder she can't keep no man.
Thanks for all your help. Bye-bye, Tanja. Bye-bye.
Bruh, what the hell is going on with her, bruh? Something wrong with that chick, bruh. I'm telling you, y'all, something wrong with her, bruh. She is a few screws loose, bruh. She is one die short of a crap game. Bruh. That chick is completely unhinged, bruh. But like I said, I'm going to look, hey. But you see the effects? Like, you can clearly look on her face. These are the effects of getting rolled hard and put away wet, bruh. And yo, I ain't gonna lie, bruh. I was looking at her pictures. I was like, she is kind of sexy, but I was like, she kind of little, I don't know, she's a little strong in her face, bruh. She's a little strong in her face, bruh. I'm just saying, bruh. Am I tripping, or is she just a little bit strong in her face, bruh?
Got to know exactly who you are.
Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
I don't know, bro. Yo, that's probably why she can't keep no man, because she probably put on that wig and makeup look like a completely different chick. And then you got to wake up in the morning to this.
You sell out! It's all bullshit. All of it. Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
And yo, the black woman, you ladies and this attitude and the not smiling doesn't help your case.
It can't be like this. It is this way, man. I'm sorry I exposed you to it, but it is. It's ugly, but it's necessary.
Man. Like, yo, there's, like I said, I don't think she's unattractive per se, but she's a little strong in the face. And here's the thing. I don't care if she does kind of have a body, because I did notice that she does have a collarbone. She does have legs. She does have a little bit of a backside. And she does have, you know, tatas and all that. But, man, after you done smash a couple of times, bro, you're going to end up realizing you probably really, really, truly do not want this chick around, bro. At all, man. I'm just being real, bro. I ain't trying to be messed up. I'm just keeping it a buck.
But shh, don't tell nobody.
12, they turned into gremlins. Man, for real. Well, she was already, it must have been way past 12 because she was already a gremlin, bro. He said, that's the part. He said, that's that post-nut clarity. Who you telling? Facts. Hey, man, look, man. Post-nut clarity is real. And here's another thing, too. And the truth is, man, man, sometimes you'll be surprised when a woman, you know, especially she's giving you access to her body. She don't even have to be all that great looking. If she gives you access to her body, look, a lot of men give these chicks a lot of grace, bro. You feel me? But when these chicks start acting up, then you start kind of looking at like, wait a minute. Like, you know, when she giving you an attitude, you look, and you know, it's like one eye's looking at you one way, and the other eye is looking at you the other way. You're like, wait a minute. Like, I just realized she cockeyed. I didn't realize that she was crooked-eyed. I just realized it. It's just like, oh, wait a minute. She got a crooked eye, or she got a little bit of a gimp, or you start noticing things that you just didn't notice before, like, you know what I'm saying? One arm shorter than the other, you know what I'm saying? Or something like that. Or you start kind of like listening to her like complain, you start realizing, is she a little bit slow or something, bro? I'm just saying, man.
This is a sick Negro.
He said somebody gave them Henny, which is far worse than giving gremlin water. Oh, man. Yeah, that brown stuff. Yeah, like here's the thing, like that alcohol stuff. I hate to say this, I don't mind if a chick enjoys a good drink or two. You know what I mean? But I like a chick who likes to drink a little bit in moderation. But if a chick could outdrink me, that is unattractive. I still remember, man, this chick I picked up and I took her back to the crib, and I remember we was fucking. And damn. Let me not even talk about this because this video is gonna go from yeah, I gotta get paid, so I ain't gonna talk about that. I'm probably already gonna get a yellow sign already, but yo, it is what it is. Man, I didn't mean for the show to be so short, but man, your boy had a long day, and I got a long day ahead of myself tomorrow, bro. Matter of fact, here's another side note. Lennox, Ari, she was trying to date a woman at one point in time. And check this out.
Says would you still give dating a woman a shot? No thirsty. Yes, thirsty. No. I tried for like 1 second, like getting to know this person this year, and then it was like weird, and then I just felt like insecure, and I was like, nah, I'm good. I feel like guys, it's already a lot. Let me just stick to what I know. I feel like women, it's like hard. I don't understand them. I don't even understand myself. Why are y'all always trying to make Ari lesbian? Because Ari has made herself very lesbian. Ari has made herself lesbian friendly, lesbiana, like, let's be honest. And so, yeah, it's really not their fault. It's mine.
Silence, you funny fool! I've had it with your whining and bumbling.
That chick is all over the place. Now, yo, one thing I do kind of want to add, though, because this is something that I would think I was discussing with somebody either online or in person. I forgot. I'll be having so much little conversations, something like it's hard to keep up. That's why, ideally, I wish I would have got home earlier. That way I could have had a lot more time with y'all. But, yo, like, for example, I don't know if y'all could say this. Y'all could talk about this in the chat or not. Do y'all like girls who are bi? Now, when I say that is, I ain't gonna lie. I do think it's kind of kinky and kind of freaky that a chick, kisses another girl or, like they're messing with another girl and stuff. But I'm going to say this right now. Dealing with a bi chick is not always what it's cracked up to be. Even threesomes are not always that cracked up to be, because sometimes both of them are performing right, or one might get jealous that you start going ham on the other. You feel me? And then I'm going to say it right now. Having a chick who's bi, I never really met a chick who was bi and she was either faithful. And I mean, it's going to sound kind of crazy because, yeah, you could probably argue that there's many straight girls who are not very faithful. But I'm going to tell you this right now. If you're dealing with a chick, especially if y'all want to use these RP talking points, if a chick is promiscuous with men and then she tells you that she's bi, you don't think she's also being promiscuous with other women, and then being promiscuous with other women is just essentially a gateway for her to go chill with that girl so she could end up messing with her boyfriend? What about that?
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah, man. But I would like to kind of get into that a little further. Maybe I should. Okay. Story time, y'all. Hey. Story time, y'all. Story time. So, yo. One time there was a chick I had. She was my quote unquote, say I was her best friend. But of course I was, hanging around and all that, right? Now, of course, I ended up going to this chick's house who I was messing with, and on just some freaky stuff, she was like, oh, I remember. I picked up this chick. We went to the beach. Of course, we had sex on the beach, of course. Yes, very cliche, but yes, we did have sex on the beach. Hey, Miami Beach is a great place to go. Now, with that being said, after we went to the beach, we go back to my crib, get showered up, do it again. And then she's like, you know what? I want to have a threesome. What? That's my response. So boom. I think we end up going and picking up my quote unquote best friend. And of course, one thing led to another. And boy, did I have a great night. I ain't gonna lie. My quote unquote best friend was very, very supporting. But one thing I could just say that this is where things kind of go a little bit weird. So they end up exchanging numbers, which I had no problem with, honestly, because I wasn't trying to be with my best friend. And to be honest with you, I don't even think I was even trying to be with the girl who I was smashing as well on the beach either. And we're just kind of just playing around. You know how we do. But what I did think that was really, really, really funny, and it was just kind of a lesson for me to learn. Not so much that, it hurt me or anything like that, but it just goes to show you got to watch out with exposing these women to other women, because how did it happen that, and my best friend, I'm telling me later on that basically she invited her over to have a threesome with her and her dude. Yeah, with her dude.
It can't be like this. It is this way, man. I'm sorry I exposed you to it, but it is. It's ugly, but it's necessary.
Like, damn, yo, for real? Like that? And best believe, what was crazy too? Do you know that, who told me a matter of fact? You know who actually told me, now I think about it? It was the girl who wanted to have the threesome in the first place who told me. Matter of fact, my quote unquote best friend didn't even tell me that soiree went down. So yo, with that being said, what that story just taught me too is just you gotta be careful with these chicks who claim that they bisexual and stuff like that. But just know, like, if y'all scared of chicks with body counts, can you imagine the body count on a chick who's bisexual?
Really him. You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
Bruh. Now, Kevin Hodges says, to be honest, when I was younger, I used to, but once I got older, my mindset changed on bisexual chicks. And yes, they are promiscuous with other women. Man, yo, they're even more promiscuous with other women. Like, for example, like, that's kind of why it's kind of funny when men try to say, well, I shouldn't have to, spend money on a chick, or I shouldn't have to check a chick out because I give her, dick, saying my dick is just as good as her pussy, blah, 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 right? And Coach Greg Adams, he may actually also made this point as well. Well, actually, I think I actually got this point from him, to be honest. But he mentions the fact that these same chicks, right, or these same dudes will say that, right? But what they don't understand is, women know that, there are probably more men who are vying for her than there are women vying for you. I'm just being honest, yo. And when women deal with other women, they kind of bypass all that other bullshit that they have to do. Like, for example, women know other women, and that's why they hate each other. Shout out to Al Bundy. They kind of bypass all that bullshit. A chick who's bisexual don't have to go take another bisexual chick out on a date or none of that bullshit. Yo, I'll even argue that even studs don't even have to take these chicks out. I mean, actually studs are the biggest simps, but there are some studs who could probably go straight to the house because guess what? Is another female. They bypass all the things about, getting to know you and all that stuff. To be honest with you, y'all, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I honestly believe that any chick you get a number from, or any chick that you meet, and she put her too many roadblocks to, get her poom poom, or to get to know her, or to even get with her, she don't like you anyway. You might as well just move on. You might as well take your money and pay at the hole, because women, look, when they like somebody, just like if they like girls or they really like a dude, they move quicker than lightning, boy.
Here
ain't lying.
Yeah, man. You know, us men, we gotta share this information because men are out here walking around here blind out here, you know what I'm saying? They needed some direction. Now, I thought this meme, or not this meme, but this video, and I thought it was actually a very interesting because we had to discuss it. And it's something that, CGA talks about very often. Check this out. Oh, well, you were supposed to check it out. But anyway, long story short is this video just goes to show a fact about dating in 2026, especially to the young guys, because young guys, they're the main ones, still doing the dating foolishness. Wait a minute. Why won't let me share? Where's it at? Oh, here we go.
Her? Yes. Bro, she too bad. Let's be real. Oh, you gotta change money or something. I love you. I'm sorry. Bro, what did you do? I'm sorry, bro. She's so bad. What do you mean how bad she is? Is this him? Yeah, take his ass. Bro, what? Hey, why?
Bruh.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Yo. I mean, I know she got a lot of makeup and all, but I mean, look, we do understand that they do give it up. Look, these chicks gotta get the itch scratched sometimes. So yes, we do understand that there are dudes hitting it for free. But yo, you don't think you're gonna have to at least take a chick like that out? You think she comes straight to the crib, bruh? I mean, look, you could take her out and get her to your crib, but bruh, you think you're gonna get her to straight? You think you're just gonna get her just to come to the crib, bruh? Really?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
All right, bruh. Guess what? What did a wise man once said? He who wears a mask, who wears a mask thinking he's not gonna get sick, probably wears a condom in bed when he's alone.
Really him. Really him. You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
Anyway, but yeah, man. Yo, did you hear what Professor Griff, I guess, was saying way back in the day? I don't know how true this is, but listen to what Professor Griff had to say. I don't know if y'all know. Professor Griff married Genuine's ex baby mama, Soleil. Check him out.
Set up those sex rings, and Quincy Jones had called Tupac in to go through the homosexual ritual, and when he turned Quincy Jones down, and Quincy Jones found out that he was engaged to Quincy Jones's daughter, that's when Tupac was marked for death. Quincy Jones's daughter was best friends with Aaliyah. Aaliyah was mocked. Aaliyah connected to Dame Dash. Dame Dash was mocked.
From Dame.
It's all connected, man.
To start that,
Michael Jackson was mocked. It's all connected.
I don't know. Y'all believe it's all connected? Well, we know one thing. I forgot what Michael Jackson was gonna do, but it was supposedly that he was. I forgot what he was gonna do, but I know Michael Jackson owned the Beatles copyrights, and I forgot he was gonna move into some other things because guess what? Michael Jackson, he had a lot of debt. When he died, he had a lot of debt. And when I say he had a lot of debt, Michael Jackson had money on money. Michael Jackson had no problem getting money. But Michael Jackson never had a money problem. But for some reason, I don't know why. I don't know if it's a power trip or what. But Michael Jackson was known to have a lot of debts around town, bro. Michael Jackson might have made himself look like a white man, But he definitely was doing some nigga shit when it came to that studio time and owing people around town, bro. They money.
Oh. Who are these niggas? I cried laughing when I read. You know what I'm saying? like, we need to stay away from these niggas.
Man probably had $1 billion and still owe people like 100,000, bro. And when either when he died or when they took him out, he was like,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
shit crazy, man. Shit crazy. So, yo, man, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, though, for real. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling this shit. Let's see here. I think there was one more thing I kind of wanted to show. Was there anything else I wanted to show? I don't think there's anything else I want to show, but yeah, yo, I think that's about it. But yo, man, I appreciate everybody who decided to tune in on this Cali West Late Night show. Man, I appreciate the support. Support the channel, New Jam City. That is the new channel, and I will start posting more content over there. Y'all check it out. I know I don't have much there, but I will. So just go ahead and if y'all F with your boy Cali, go ahead and subscribe to the new channel, New Jam City. All right. I appreciate y'all boys for real.
My nigga.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you, Kevin Hodges. And I appreciate everybody on Facebook. I appreciate everybody on X.com, formerly known as Twitter. I appreciate everybody on, of course, YouTube for tuning in. Yeah, I will catch your boy tomorrow. All right. Peace.